Good morning, Rhino Nation. Yes, I'm tired. How does that happen when I had, it was daylight savings yesterday, so it's really an hour later, but I feel like it's like in the middle of the night right now. I am so tired. Someday I will catch up on sleep. But anyway, here we are, Rhino Nation, with our week 6 review of what happened this weekend against Paradox. In the highlight. So, we had the week off basically for the new CWL league stuff, and we came back, and let's just go ahead and flip and see what happened here. Whoop. Horrible flipping. And there we go. Looking at this screen instead. We have 73 to 66. They actually, you can see, left 4 attacks on the table, so that's kind of why the score was a little more lopsided. But thanks to you guys, Paradox. You guys were great to work with. Wish you the best of luck in the season. I gotta give a hand out to everybody in Rhinos this week. We made a huge comeback, from the week before with our Town Hall 10s. You can see we had a 50% hit rate. At one time, I think it was like 85. And our 9s also did an awesome job with 75%. We had several 6-packers as a result, of course. We had Hulk, Stickman, Maverick at Town Hall 9. And let's see, look at that. Ruff Drum? Hey, hello. Finally, with a 6-pack, Doc and Ivan. So, per normal, we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of our attacks that's going to do that every time to me, isn't it? Whatever. So we're going to go and check out some of our attacks. This is the kind of stuff that happens early in the morning, but we're going to do it. We are going to do it. So let's go ahead and get into the good old war log and check out some of these cool attacks. I'm going to go ahead and start with the Town Hall 9 and then show about 4, I'm hoping. We're going to have to zip through these, but we're going to go ahead and show 4 Town Hall 10 attacks. So the first attack I decided to show with this Town Hall 9 is because, and this was a cleanup attack by Stick, and you'll see right away, look at that, an E-drag. You can see that it's a good option because check out where he's going to hit the queen a couple times, but there are no air defenses. The air defenses are way up here. So really, and nothing else either that's going to hit him. So he does an awesome job out of the clan castle for a funnel, because Stick right here wants his queen to go up and around to the right hand side. And you see, little queen there, enemy queen, barely has a sliver left, so that makes it a little bit easier to deal with. Again, plus that E-drag is just tearing it up down there. He already has 36%, 37% of the base gone. I don't know if you saw at the beginning, he had to take care of a troll over in the corner. So he's looking good right now, even with the Hound, and the E-drag still up somehow. So you know that this is going to be a little bit easier of a hit with that kind of thing going on. The King, meanwhile, is trying to, he tried to take care of some of that Tesla form, but he just couldn't hang on. E-drag still going. He's taking care of the Hound finally. He's got plenty of time. And Queen's already down too because of that E-drag. Here comes a nice little Sam coming all the way across. I like that. Those are my early morning sound effects. So here he goes with another Rage. He's going to be just fine. He's going to go ahead because of the time and get his loons going. He sees that the Queen is going inside. He was hoping that she'd go up there and get that AD, but it's okay. The Queen's going to go in. Actually, I'm going to speed it up here. Nice job with the haste to get those loons into that AD. She goes in, takes out the one sweeper that was going to be a pain, and it's pretty much all over. So nice job on this read. This base, I think we hit this base 3 times with this similar type of attack and just tried to, make some adjustments. But Stick got it in the end, so great job, buddy. We're going to move up to a fresh hit, or actually it was a cleanup hit by Dom. And this was hit first, I believe, by JP. So this was another hit that he came in, had to make some adjustments, and was able to get the 3. JP was really close on it, and just, it was a matter of the loon drop and where the heroes go. So or the blimp drop. So here we go. Clone, I'm going to warn you. See how he went ahead and put the rage down first and then the clone right away. You really have to be good at that timing. For me, I've tried this a few times in war. I have to do the clone first and the rage because there is nothing worse than basically the blimp opening and your loon going down immediately and there's nothing to clone. It's not a good feeling. But Dom has it down, and you can see he's putting the heroes down here because he knew on this cleanup attack that the Teslas were right down there, so he's going to get some great value. King's going to tear through those Teslas, and then the Queen's going to last long enough to get a little bit more. So now he knows if he comes in with his loons on that side, he's going to maybe save the Queen a little bit as well, even though he's going against the sweeper. Regardless, he's going to go against either this sweeper or this one, so he's chosen to come in from that side and end on the back side of this base. Here we go, more loons, more haste. Now with this E-Drag clone attack, you only have either 3 haste or a rage and a haste, so when you're using the 2 clones. So you really have to be patient, and it is hard when you're used to doing normal loons and just blanketing the base with all these spells. You really have to just sit there and watch the loons float on by, and he does a good job here. If you didn't see it too, he brought in a loon kind of on the back side of that wizard tower to distract so his big pack of loons could make it. So good job, Dom. He's killing it with that that attack. Actually, there's like 3 or 4 guys in our clan now that are using it almost all the time, and it really is overpowered. If you have not tried it, you need to do some FCs with it because it's pretty cool. Alright, Doc coming in, and he is our witch specialist. Using a witch slap, it's kind of a frozen witch variation because normally frozen witch you take a few more freezes, but on this one he only has 3 because he wanted to bring a jump to make sure that he got through enough of the base. So he's decided for a jump versus a couple more freezes. Let's see, he's got of course the witches on each side with the healers. That is the big deal on this this attack. He's cruising. He gets a freeze down. He still has 2 freezes now. At this point, you know, normally with the frozen witch attack, you want to make sure that you use those freezes early. He's got them down. He went ahead and used it on the Inferno, which is definitely what you want to do. And now when I was watching this, I was like, oh man, he's got to get another freeze going here because he's losing some troops in a hurry. But he doesn't panic because look at all the witches. He's got 4 witches down at this side. Look at that. And he's got 3 witches, even though there's no healer up at the top. So he's still okay. He does a nice job with the freeze there because he's trying to give his witches enough time, you know, to make it while the Queen comes through. And no, she decides to go ahead and ditch it and go over to the other side. Now watch the ending on this one. I'm going to go ahead and speed it up a little bit, but it's a nail biter, people. A nail biter, big time. The witches come up, take out all of those defenses, so good. But look at the Queen. She doesn't have much health left. So I'm watching this thinking, please, Skellies, get out in front so that the Queen does not get hit because she is not going to be able to take much. You see he has 1 freeze in the bag, which is good. He needs that freeze. Here it goes, freeze, and phew, look at the health on that thing. That giant bomb goes off. Is there anything left? How did she even survive? That was definitely an OMG moment right there when we came back in chat. Oh, thank you, Queen, for eating your Wheaties in the morning because you were able to make it through that attack. Whew! It was a close call, but you did it, babe. Good job. All right, so, you know, I'm trying to show some of the 6-packers. I did happen to get a 6-pack, and on this second one, my first one was a fresh hit with hogs. On the second one, I'm going to stop it right here. Do you notice anything that might be wrong? Yeah. It's showing Clan Castle instead of Wrecker. I don't know how many people have had this problem. I even went in an FC and changed it. And then, you know, was so focused on what I was going to do on my beginning of my opener here that I did not change it back. So in the FC, I actually changed it to Wrecker. So that did not work. Fine. So right here I set down the golem and I am cursing up a storm. I am so mad. But luckily I had a jump. So that was my only saving grace. I was like, all right, well, here we go. This is note to everyone. Do not give up at all, because I go ahead and have my jump and it saves the day. So I get all the witches going. I knew that I wanted the healers on the left-hand side because of where the ADs were. But I also knew that the jump, I was going to have to try to get as many compartments as I could get since I didn't have the wrecker, including I needed that AD right there down that the king just got, because I knew that that would save the healers from the attack that I watched, the first attack on this base, the cleanup. This was my cleanup. So here we go. I'm using my rage. I got another freeze going. I'm thinking, please, somebody get through the wall, get that inferno. And phew, they did. So that was one thing that was a little bit different on the first attack. So right now, I'm like, wow, am I really gonna get this without my wrecker? And I just saved it. You know, you saw there were 2 trolls. One I took care of it at the beginning with a loon. The other one I had a giant whiz up there at noon. And because I still have those healers up, I really think I have a chance right now. I just used the queen ability. So she's going to step out there and get out of range of the archer tower, which was hitting her in the head. And instead, she's going to refocus here. The archer tower is going to change direction and go right back to the backside. And so my queen's fine. How did that happen? How did I get that when it started off so badly? It's witches, people. That's why. Somehow, witches and bowlers saved the day for me. So, phew. Thank you, Clash Gods, for that one. Alright, we got one more time, I believe. Let's see how much. Oh, we're doing pretty good on time. So, yeah, we've got time for one more. Let's move it on up to number 5 with Ivan. Another 6-packer. Just came in, you know, couple hours left, hour left, or whatever, and did a nice little 6-pack here. So, he is going to use miners, one of his favorite to use when there is a hound loon, and that is the case for this one. When I first looked at this base, I was originally thinking some kind of frozen witch, but I do not like this little landmine of walls down here for the wrecker, because that is just asking for the wrecker to just get high-centered and stay down there and not make it anywhere. I've seen that happen too many times. So here he goes. Did not make it very far with the wrecker, but that's okay. He's got all of his miners in there. You can see the queen is doing a nice job over there on the side. And, oh, man, those giant bombs on the side have been doing damage to our queens on this war. So, you know, she got pretty good, and somehow a whole pack of miners over on the right-hand side is off too, which is fine. He's not worried about those. Let's go ahead and use our heals on the center. He also brought a freeze, which is pretty cool. So a freeze, nice use of that, and you can see that there are a million miners. The thing with miner attacks, you know, normally you want to try to make a little lane, so that's why I was worried about using miners on this one, but he made it work, just because you have them kind of spread out a little bit. But the way that he used his heroes, it actually worked out pretty well. So we'll go ahead and fast forward, because those guys are just going to go ahead and scream through the rest of the base. He uses that heal right there with the multi, and where the wizard tower is targeting. There you go. Again, great job to our Town Hall 10s and 9s. We had so many attacks, we were able to do some scouts and give our 11s a chance to, you know, to get a 3-star. They couldn't quite pull one off, but they definitely planned together and tried to do it. They were so close on their hits, but this moves us into 4 and 2, which is awesome. Next week we face 100% adults, I believe. So we're gonna go ahead and, you know, see if we can do it again. I think that is it for this time. I'm struggling to even talk today, just because I feel like it's so early in the morning, even though it really is late. But good job, Rhinos. Hope you enjoyed the recap, and we will see you all later next week. Have a good one, all.